This video contains flashing lights, scary and creepy content, disturbing violent and graphic images, jump scares, pop-ups and sudden loud noises. Viewer discretion advised.
Ever since video gaming became popular in the 70s and 80s, there have been creepy occurrences, hoaxes, glitches, and finally, creepypastas about the strange realm of video games. They have been around for a long time, and no matter how much we say it's just a game, it still finds a way to creep themselves back into our mind and present us with an unnerving experience after the game is turned off. Now, we are giving you our list of the top 22 gaming creepypastas. Unknown format.
Unknown format is a creepypasta, which is about how the player rips his friend's game collection and uses a torrent to download and mount the games. However, when he switches the computer to a Japanese language, all the games he plays turns into a nightmarish vision of their former selves. To top it off, this gameplay causes the player to start going insane by some of the imagery that is in place in the story. This may not be the most famous or popular creepypasta you can find, but in my opinion, it's told in a new perspective that is not commonly used in creepypastas. And that is what makes it so perfectly haunting.
JVK1166Z.ESP.
JVK is a creepypasta based on the game Morrowind. According to this creepypasta, if you start the game, it will crash, so you need to load it up in DOSBox. When you launch the EXE, you'll start off in a new game where all the main characters have been killed, causing the game to be unbeatable. As you wander around the sandbox, you'll notice a weird in-game creature called the Assassin that follows the player, watching you and doing generally creepy things. If you stand idle, you'll lose health, and during the whole duration of the game, you will constantly be losing health. Once the player is dead, it's said that the Assassin crawls all over the player's body and lets out a menacing screech.
The Hall of Tortured Souls.
From as far back as the early 90s, the development teams at Microsoft have been slipping Easter eggs into their software. Microsoft Office is very notable for this. In the 97 edition, a rudimentary flight simulator, pinball game, and Magic 8-Ball were hidden inside of Excel, Word, and Access, respectively. Then there's Excel 95, whose developers hid a creepy maze game called The Hall of Tortured Souls. The title alone would be bad enough, but they went further with the addition of low-resolution shots of the dev team plastered against garish red walls.
Super Mario 64 Damned. Super Mario 64 Damned is your standard creepy Mario pasta, with a few things done right and a little differently. Basically, as the story goes, the player goes to the local game store, and out of a pure nostalgia rush, he tries to get a Nintendo 64 and a few games for it. However, when he goes to buy it, the game owner gives it to them for free due to the complaints the old owners gave them about the game. They then head home and play it, and the creepy and gruesome events unfold. Luna Game.
Our Brony viewers may know about this one. The Luna Game is a download that was uploaded by an unknown individual to the popular fan site Equestria Daily. When it was uploaded, it got a rather fast reaction to its scary jump scare content, and it was taken down rather quickly. This led to EQD's new standard for submission. However, the damage was done, and the bronies who played are already scarred from the tormented soul of Apple Bloom that appears in the final splash page. Since the creation of Luna Game, there have been several more that have been released, but none have the initial scare factor that the first one had to offer.
Herobrine. Herobrine, also known as him, is believed to be the ghost of Minecraft creator Notch's brother. Pictures of Herobrine began popping up in the late summer of 2010. The most well-known and most common rendition of the rumor is that a gamer, while in single player, found an NPC with a default skin, but with white eyes. Following the encounter, strange occurrences started happening in this game, such as man-made objects appearing that he did not create, trees missing their leaves, perfect 2x2 tunnels underground lit with redstone torches, and pyramids of sand in the ocean. Soon enough, more and more Herobrine pictures were appearing on forums. Pretty soon, Notch tweeted about the subject saying, "Herobrine isn't real in any way. No, I never had a brother. Well, there's a half-brother that I never met. But he's not in the game." That seemed to raise further questions, and more Herobrine pictures continued to appear afterwards. The game developers even made a joke out of it and added "removed Herobrine" at the end of some of the game's patch notes. We may never know if Herobrine is a lost soul stuck in a video game or a hoax, but it keeps us interested. Pokemon Buried Alive.
Buried Alive is a supposed hidden code in the original Pokemon Red and Blue versions. It replaces Cubone's mother as the boss of Pokemon Tower in Lavender Town. A battle would commence and show a horrific model of a rotting corpse reaching out of the ground. Buried Alive uses a number of high levels, so the battle can be extremely tough. If the player loses the battle against Buried Alive, he will exclaim about raw meat, followed by several lines of gibberish before proceeding to drag the player underground with him. The game over screen shows Buried Alive holding the dead corpse of the player.
You're here.